Hi, I'm Jacob, one of the owners of J&M Pool Company, and today I'm going to be running you through how to backwash and recharge your DE filter. When dealing with the DE filter, a common question is, when is it time to recharge it? You're going to do this when it's 10 psi higher than your clean pressure. So when you look on here, you'll have a pressure gauge that'll show you your clean pressure and your dirty pressure. If you don't know what that clean pressure is, you'll know after you clean it and recharge it. That's going to show you your clean pressure. As soon as I get 10 psi above that, it's time to clean it. So the first thing we need to know is the size of your DE filter. Where you're going to find that is on the filter itself. And if you look right here, I'll see that this is a DEP 60. And what that 60 tells me is it's 60 square feet inside this filter. So that tells me how much DE I'm going to need. So first thing I need to do is take my waistline, which you see we have a blue vinyl hose here. And I need to move it where I'm not going to get myself soaking wet. Now next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this multi-port over to the backwash position. Now when I move this multi-port, I never want to do that unless the system is off. So I've already cut the system off. It should be in filter mode. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this clockwise right over to backwash. I'm now going to reverse the flow through this filter, and that's going to help clean those grids. I'm hitting the filter pump button. Should hear the filter kick on. Look how dirty this DE is coming out. So it's starting to shoot that DE out. Now everybody asks, okay, do I just give it one backwash? Or do I do, 30 seconds or 20 seconds or 10 seconds? The key is you have to get all the DE out of the filter. So there's no locked in time or amount of backwashing that's required for that. It's something that you need to visually see. I'm gonna cut my system off. I'm gonna move it over to rinse. And what rinse does is it puts it through the regular flow of this filter, but it still shoots it out the waistline. All right, and you only need to do the rinse process for probably about 4 or 5 seconds. I just wanted to see that regular flow again. Yeah, if you ever forget to put it into rinse and you go straight into filter after backwashing, you're gonna shoot a lot of dirty water back in the pool, so it's an important step in the process. All right, now I'm going back to backwash again. All right, and the backwash side is when I really want to pay attention because I want to continue this process until I'm no longer getting DE or dirt coming out of that filter in the backwash mode. If I move it to filter and recharge too quick, I'll clog up these grids and I'll actually destroy this filter. So it's important that you keep going until you get all the DE out. So that was my last backwash and rinse. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this back into normal operation, which is filter. All right, so now that I'm done cleaning this filter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it into filter mode. I'm gonna crank the system on. And now it's time to recharge it with DE. And I've got my items, DE, which is diatomaceous earth. I got a bucket to mix it in. And most importantly, I've got my DE scoop, which is a 1 pound scoop. This is important because as you can see, it's a larger scoop, and if you use, say, a shock scoop, 1 pound will be a much smaller increment. So make sure you have a scoop that is set up for DE itself. All right, so I did see that it was a 60 square foot DE filter. So when I recharge this, I'm gonna recharge it with about 1.5 pounds less of DE. Reason being is when you backwash and recharge, you never get all the DE out, and I don't wanna overcharge it or I can cause damage to those grids. So I'm gonna do 4.5 scoops. Where I did the 4.5 scoops of DE, I like to do 4.5 scoops of water. And then I'm going to pre-mix this. And when I mix this, I want it to have the consistency of oatmeal. All right, so now that I've mixed my DE, I'm gonna go ahead and pour it into the skimmer, and that's when it's actually gonna coat the grids. All right, now as soon as I've done that, I always pay attention to my returns. So I'll take a look at the jets shooting back into the swimming pool, if I have any damage on the inside of that filter, I'll see DE shooting back through those jets. So I'm getting a good clean coat and full coverage over my grids themselves. So what else I'm seeing now that this filter's coated is now I have a clean operating pressure of 10 PSI. All right, you properly recharged your DE filter. You can go tackle it with confidence now. And if you have any questions or concerns, just reach out to J&M Pool Company. Thank you.